Hello, hello. We are getting ready to get this program on tonight. I am waiting for the live feed to get started on Facebook. It hasn't done so just yet, but let's see here. Give me 1 second while I make sure we are up and running. Let's see. Usually has a delay. There it is. Okay. Let me just change the setting. And we are set. Hello, everyone. How are you this evening? I know it's a little later than normal, but I wanted to make sure that I came on. I had a busy day today, and I just wanted to still be able to be present and fully available to you. My name is Lisa Marie Eard, the Collegiate Success Coach for Campus Bound GPS, where we help students and parents navigate the college application process. And this is also October tips. So every day in the month of October, either you'll get a tip from me, or a guest that I'll have on to speak about one part of the college application process. We kicked it off with FAFSA last night. We had a wonderful conversation about starting early, provided by parents. And I got inspired last night. I was going to do a different tip today. And hey, Jamila, how are you? Welcome, welcome to Campus Bound GPS. It's good to have guests come in. Thank you, thank you. But last night we had, excuse me, a great conversation with parents about starting early. And excuse me, um, I'm going to backtrack again because I know there's some of you out there who are like, what is she talking about? So, Campus Bound GPS has a program called October Tips. Every day, every single day in the month of October, we are putting out a tip about the college application process. And it can come from anyone who has been through the process, experienced with the process, a part of the process. So my guest will run the gamut, but they will be here to provide information to you so that we all know that the college application process can be overwhelming. It can be daunting. It can be stressful, cause lots of anxiety. And by providing tidbits of information, our hope, our prayer is that you get some kind of ease. You just come down a notch a little bit. And because we are providing experts, you have resources that you can go to ask your questions. So this is why we're here. Um, and I'm very excited. We started this in 2016. We are on our 7th year, and this is day 4. So, enough with the numbers. Let me get into the tip. Today, I want to speak to students, and I want students to know that they should have intentional focus. Before I go deep into the tip, I'm a quotes person, so I pulled out some quotes that I thought would be perfect for the occasion. The first quote is by Kurt, and I hope I'm pronouncing this person's name right, but it's Kurt Campier. And the quote is, if you're going to grow, you have to be intentional. And I thought that was appropriate because transitioning from high school to college, that is a growth experience. Going through the college application process is a growth experience because you're learning and discovering a lot about yourself. So I thought it was perfect. And then, of course, I love Michelle Obama. So I had to find a quote from her. Don't be afraid, be focused, be determined, be hopeful, be empowered. When you are intentionally focused, you are empowered. You are empowering yourself. You should put yourself in a position to be successful in everything that you do. The other thing I wanted to do is kind of break it down. So, what does it mean to be intentionally focused? And I use this lesson when I'm coaching my students in a program I have in the summer. And this is a program focused around mindset. And mindset is one of the tenets of Campus Bound GPS. So I really wanted to structure some mindset conversations during this time for October tips. So when you look at the definition, and this is according to dictionary.com, when you're looking at intentional, it says done on purpose. You want to do something on purpose. It's not an accident. You're really doing it because you want to do it. And then focused is defined as central point of attraction, attention, or activity, or close attention or concentration. So zoning in, getting really, centered, right? So let's talk about the college application process. It has many parts. Last night we had our parents on and they talked about spreadsheets. Spreadsheets, because there were so many parts and pieces to the college application process for them. And if you recall, or if you haven't seen it, take a look at the show. One parent has a student in college now. She is a sophomore. And then the other parent had children in college years ago. But the common thread was they both had spreadsheets. So they were looking to stay focused and stay organized through the process so they can dot their I's, cross their T's, and really, as parents, stay focused on their task in helping nurture and gather and support their student as they go through the college application process. And another part of the college application process, and I'm always going to put a plug in for this, is getting aid, getting money for college. So on Monday and Tuesday, day one and day two, getting my days confused. On day one and day two, October 1st and October 2nd, we focused on FAFSA. It opens October 1st. So the tip was apply early so that you get your fair shot at the money that's available. And then there was a more in-depth conversation about FAFSA with our resident campus-bound GPS expert on FAFSA, Pamela Sams, so of Jackson Sams Wealth Strategies. So take a look at that program as well if you have questions regarding financial aid. And if you have any questions after watching any of these programs, please drop your question in the comments or inbox me or find me. Just ask. Don't be Michelle Obama's quote, don't be afraid, be focused, right? So, but there's still more to the college application process. Their students need to know their numbers, your GPA, your SAT scores, if you decide to take an SAT or an ACT. You need to, if you're an athlete, filling out or making sure that you are eligible and all that is required of that. And if you're in the debate club, the drama club, all of those things you have to take into account to be focused and intentional, especially if you want to include these stories about yourself in your college essay, another part of the college application process. So there's so many parts and pieces. Yes, it can be overwhelming because there is so much. So what do you do? How do you stay intentionally focused, right? So let me give you an example. If you let's say you wanted to be a part of a school play and you wanted the lead role, If you want it that bad, you need to learn your lines. So a person who is intentionally focused will study their lines, whether it's with a friend, another castmate, parents, siblings. You're going to really hone in and get into your lines, right? You will also, um, if there is a movie or a book attached to the story at hand or whatever the play is about, you're going to view it so that you can gain more information. You can do the research, right? The other thing is, if you really really want to be successful, you might even get into character while you're at home. So a week prior to the audition, you might be walking around the house saying that I am this character, and when your parents address you as your name, you're like, oh no, no, I am so and so because I'm in character. And you study this character, you act it out, and you do whatever it is that you need to do. So when you are on that stage auditioning, the casting director says, "Ooh, yes, I think this person is a prime person for this play." You're intentionally focused. That's the same type of drive that should be expected as an intentionally focused student going through or getting ready to go to college. And it doesn't start, shouldn't start your senior year when you're applying. It actually should start early. To be an intentional student means intentionally focused student can start throughout creating the habit of doing your work and ensuring that you get good grades and you're studying for your tests, doing your homework. Um, if there is, if you know that there's a test that you have your syllabus and there's a test coming up in 2 weeks, you don't wait until the night before to study. You create a study plan, because that type of habit, that type of practice will transition into college. So you'll be here in high school planning and prepping and doing what you need to do so that you can ace your exam. That same habit, that same practice, that same way of studying transitions into when you are in college doing the same thing, intentionally focused. Communicating with your teachers, building relationships so that when it comes time to um, write a letter of recommendation, you have a teacher who knows you. Or let's say you're borderline with a grade. Because you've communicated with this teacher, because you've created a relationship with this teacher, now you're in the position where this teacher knows that you are trying. If it's a point difference, they may give you that extra point so that you can pass. Intentionally focused. So, going through some articles that I found on relating to being intentionally focused. And this one is U.S. News and World Report. It was published on August 9th, 2022. And the name of the article is How to Get into College, 9 Strategies by Carolyn Butler and Cole Claiborne. And there is one piece that I really enjoyed about this article, and I thought that it really really hit the mark when it talks about being intentionally focused. And it's right here: challenge yourself responsibly. And it reads, admissions officers emphasize overall high school GPA, grades in advanced placement or other college prep classes, a rigorous curriculum, and a student's writing submission or personal essay. Those are the top factors for admissions, according to the 2019 report from the National Association for College Admission Counseling. Students should take as many challenging courses as they can manage. They don't say overload yourself so that you can not be successful. Put yourself to be in a position to be successful, but challenge yourself. Take some courses that may be challenging so that it could bolster your opportunity. So I'll repeat that. It says students should take as many challenging courses as they can manage, says Greg Roberts, Dean of Admissions at the University of Virginia. These courses serve as excellent predictors of success. He says it's important to find the appropriate mix, though. That's why I said don't overburden yourself. Create a little mix it up a little bit, but challenge yourself a little bit so that you can put yourself in a position to be successful. So there's another article here that I have, and this says focus on self. This is by Ivy Wise Resources. The article is focus on self-discovery when applying to college, and it's by, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, by Joaquin, Ivy Wise College Admission Counselor. And it just goes through a list of things. So one thing you should do is determine your needs. Do you need to attend a small liberal arts college with intimate class sizes, or are you better suited for a large university? So doing the research to discover what is your best fit, what environment is your best fit. Start advocating for yourself. I really like that one. Becoming a self-advocate requires becoming a self-advocate requires trust, especially when it comes to your ability to make decisions. So trusting yourself, knowing yourself, getting to really know who you are. You're going through this discovery process because you're going to be vulnerable when you're writing your essay. That's another thing. You're writing about yourself. The college application process, students, again, I'm talking to you, is all about you. Parents are your support, parents coming to the role as support, but it is about you. And in order to be intentionally focused, you really need to focus on yourself. You really need to be that advocate for yourself. You really need to bank on yourself and do whatever it takes to be successful. So it's a lot of different parts and pieces, but at the end of the day, what you put in is what you get out. So if you want to create strong habits, good habits, positive habits to get yourself in a position to be successful when applying to colleges and universities. Again, it translates into when you're in school, in the college and university, that's your choice because that's your best fit, because you will have created these habits, these patterns, these practices. So you will get your work done. You've invested in yourself. It motivates you to be better. And that's it in a nutshell. I know it's a lot, but think about it. When you are focused on, okay, I'll put it this way too. Another thing is you really want to learn how to drive, right? And you want your parent to get you a car. Hopefully, in my household, it was actually a used car, but it wasn't a new car. If you're lucky enough to get a new car, then congratulations. But when you are eyeing something, let's say you're eyeing that driver's license. I want to get my driver's license. You have to first study the driver's ed book, and you have to take your classes. I know some of those students who were studying driver's ed had early morning driver's ed classes, driving classes. I bet you they were up because they were intentionally focused to get their driver's license. You go after what you want. That's the bottom line. You go after what you want. You are motivated to achieve what you desire. During the college application process, it's the same thing. If you do the research, if you take the time, if you apply yourself and be intentionally focused, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to being successful in the college application process. So that's my tip for tonight. I know I went through it with many different examples, but at the end, I want you students out there to be intentionally focused and really be successful. Put yourself in a position to be successful and enjoy the journey. This is Lisa Marie Aird with Campus Bound GPS October Tips, wrapping up day 4. And I'm excited to have this mindset conversation continue tomorrow with our guest, Mark Wiggins, who will be sharing his tip from parent to teammate. So tune in tomorrow and be safe and good night. Bye.